Oh, welcome again, my lovely family. It is Fill in the Blanc podcast. It's February 16th, and thank you for joining me for season 2, episode 116, where I will talk about skunks and do they make nice hats if they're already dead on the side of the road? We're not killing them, they're already dead. But if they're affordable and they make people happy, do we choose people over animals?
He played on many other
Shut
hits,
the
including
fuck
She Loves You,
up.
but it was stolen 51 years ago.
You know what? This fucking thing, I'm gonna go fuck you up. Anyways, we saw Evan Rachel Wood. Here's her co-star Darren Criss. He was on the show. What the fuck's this show? He was on Glee with Lee Michelle, who dated the drug addict who died and killed himself from an overdose, and then the other guy that killed himself because he was watching kiddie porn. It's Glee. It's a great show. Share with your children, especially the younger the better. And then some girl named Noomi from a show called Constellation or movie. I don't know. I guess we'll learn together. Like and subscribe to this video so I don't go crazy and start looking for skunks and making hats, you silly bitches. And God bless the Beatles. Rest in peace, Paul McCartney.
I take this.
Hey, hi, Kyle.
Watch meteorologist Cheryl Scott on Eyewitness News.
And finally tonight, an iconic bass back where it belongs.
Always been true.
When the Beatles wowed the world in 1962 with Love Me Do, Paul McCartney played a Hofner bass guitar. He played on many other hits, including She Loves You, but it was stolen 51 years ago and presumed gone forever. That is until a group called Lost Bass Project got involved, tracked it down, and arranged to have it returned to Sir Paul, who said he is, quote, incredibly grateful. And that's Nightline for this evening. See you right back here same time Monday. Thanks for the company, America. Have a good and safe weekend.
Popeye's new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something, or maybe order something.
Now let the show begin. Get your popcorn and get the Vaseline if you need to let one go. As we continue, Please Yourself Day.
Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand battered and
so nice I decided to celebrate myself twice. This time with a rosemary scented oil that I got online from the Weinstein website. Oh, this is great. Oh man, this is my favorite. Oh, this is fucking great. So now we're going to take a break because the cable box is a piece of shit. Yay. And love me choose. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
I was like, oh, we're going to win lip sync night, you little bitches. Watch this. We got second place.
Watch
so we
this.
didn't
Watch
win,
me
but
join
yeah,
in.
here we are now.
Second place is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jessica, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where are you,
we
Jessica?
actually, Jessica's here.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be incredible? And she was like, you stole my life. Anyway, so wait, Yamanika, so your mom got you into stand-up, right?
Yes, and it's mine is dry. This Orphan Annie story we just heard here was crazy. But yes, I was actually studying theater, actually classically trained in the theater.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to do. And my mother got into stand-up just as a fluke, because that's what she does. And she was like, you should do stand-up. And I was against it 1,000%. And I wanted to be a classically trained actress and be above it all. But at the end of the day, I'm just a girl in the dirt.
Yeah, that's okay. Look at it.
I don't even know what you did, but it's in my contract. I have to laugh at it hysterically, even though it's not funny, and I don't know
Be a
what the hell I'm
classically
laughing
trained
at.
actress and be above it all. But at the end of the day, I'm just a
Jesus
girl.
Christ. Can you please cover yourself up? I have like orphan children with disabilities watching, and now they're touching me in weird places. Are these like Amy Schumer's co-stars or something?
We got second place, so we didn't win, but
Yeah.
here we are now.
Second place is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jessica, I wish
Yeah.
you the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where are you,
we
Jessica?
actually, Jessica's here.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be incredible? And she was like, you stole my life. Anyway, so wait, Yamanika, so your mom got you into stand-up, right?
Yes, and it's mine is dry. This Orphan Annie story we just heard here was crazy. But yes, I was actually studying theater, actually classically trained in the theater.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to do. And my mother got into stand-up just as a fluke, because that's what she does. And she was like, you should do stand-up. And I was against it 1,000%. And I wanted to be a classically trained actress and be above it all.
That's so hilarious. Oh my God, it's so hilarious. I'm from Texas, so I grew up around black people, so I'm just like you. I can relate to you. That's so hilarious because I'm a Southerner too, so I know we're the same. I mean, Kelly Clarkson, you're the same as Kelly
Popeye's
Clarkson.
new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all.
Can I take this?
Anything?
Always.
Always. Oh my God.
It's the final day of Love Week on Live with Kelly and Mark. Today on television or the stage, we love this talented guy, Darren Criss. Plus, from the new series Constellation, the lovely and talented Noomi Rapace. Also, the live staff reveals some of their loving love stories on our final day of the Love and Box. We'll just get it all next on Live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Mark Constellation.
Friday, February 16th, everybody, 2024. Welcome to the show.
All right.
Now, listen. They're saying
Who's they?
The New York Times.
Ooh.
Thank you. The New York Times is saying that therapists are now trading the couch for the outdoors. So they're walking their clients in the woods instead of...
They? Oh, those they.
For welcome to the show.
All right.
Now, listen. They're saying...
Who's they?
The New York Times.
Ooh.
Thank you. The New York Times is saying that therapists are now trading the couch for the outdoors. So they're walking their clients in the woods instead of sitting them down on the sofa to talk about their problems.
They want to get them out of the room.
Out of the room, into nature. Here's what I say. If I'm paying you to talk about my problems, I want to sit in your luxurious office, enjoy my complimentary tissues, and cry it out there. If I want to take a walk in the woods, I'm going with my girlfriend. It's called a hike. We do it all the time.
Which is also a therapy session.
Always a therapy session.
Yeah. Although this says being immersed in nature can be beneficial to mental health. Yeah. You know.
Yes. But that's what my girlfriends are for. That's what my girlfriends are for. We walk in nature all the time.
You get it. You go through it. You get through it.
We go through it, and we have. It's one big therapy session.
Yeah.
Everybody takes a turn.
Do you solve anything?
Always.
Problems are solved.
We solve everything. We have figured it all.
See, guys, what do? We watch a game together, and that's about as intimate as we get. Is watching sports together. That's called intimacy for men. Or we go see a movie, or a play. I've done that with my buddies. We can talk about stuff.
It's interesting.
Right. Unless you're Ben Affleck or Matt Damon, then it's usually scented candles, reach around, 69ing. I've never 69 with another man. Never thought I would, but Matt Damon is very short in stature, so it actually works out great for me and my big, strong female soccer thighs. Yeah, and if we see a movie, it's got to be a man movie, though. It's got to be like a war movie, or it's got to be like a Marvel movie or Star Wars, right? Or you got to be something where we kill people, or like Rocky, or a sports movie, right? We can't see Steel Magnolias together. We can't see The Notebook, right? We got to go see something where there's guns and there's blood, or someone's beating up someone. If there's no guns, like Rocky, right? You're bleeding from the eye. Cut my eye, Mick. It's got to be a sports movie.
We watch a game together, and that's about as intimate as we get. What do? We watch a game together.
With our pants off.
As we get is watching sports together. That's called intimacy for. What do? We watch a game together.
With our pants off. We get drunk of whiskey and we suck each other off.
Together. That's called intimacy for men. Or we go see a movie, or a play. I've done that with my buddies. We can talk about stuff.
It's interesting that we had this conversation with a group of women, and they were asking me, how does he have friends?
I'm a friendly guy.
How did he make friends? Who are his friends? And I said, well, he has friends from, childhood. He has friends from work. He has friends that he knows from like outside of work, just social acquaintances. And then he has like the friends that when our kids were young and in school, the moms would make play dates between the husbands so that they had friends. Because we all just made friends sort of organically, cohesively. Our kids were friends. We became friends. It's just part of being a mom. And then the guys were like wandering around like, it's what do you mean the girls are having
we got lucky. Yeah, we got
girls are having birthday dinner. What are we going to do? So we made play dates for our husbands and they became friends.
Right. You know how we talk about pickleball on the show a lot. Yeah. Pickleball related injuries are on the rise. Doctors say
What's a pickleball?
I'll tell you, bone fractures have increased 200% in the last 20 years. Well, I think pickleball has been around for about that, right? Common pickleball injuries are rotator cuff injuries, worsening of arthritis, Achilles tendon tear, strains, and foot fractures. 92% of these occur during a fall. I would say they cause a fall as well. I remember I was doing a little box. This is 10 years ago. It must be 10 years ago. So it was
at least 10 years
younger. I was boxing. I stepped back and I felt like somebody threw a lacrosse ball and hit me in the back or smacked me with a stick in the back of my calf.
Oh.
Yeah, and I tore the muscle. I think it's called the soleus muscle in my calf. The soleus. Here, let's. The soleus muscle. And so I went to the doctor. And
did they link it to the fake smoking?
No, I might have been not warmed up and a little dehydrated. But I looked it up on WebMD or the Journal of Medicine what this injury is, and it said middle-aged man plays tennis, and so they call it tennis leg.
Tennis leg.
But that hurt me bad when they said middle-aged man. Middle-aged man.
Well, you were a middle-aged man back then.
40, 42, something. Is that middle age?
Yes, that's exactly middle age, I would say. So they're saying that gyms are big losers in January. They're saying that people are not buying. Part of it is like the financial strain. It puts us very expensive to join. But also part of it is the benefit.
I will ask you, though, 42 is middle age. That depends on you. Do you think you're going to live to be 84 with all the cocaine you do?
Part of it is like the financial strain. It puts us very expensive to join. But also part of it is the benefits of at-home workout. Yeah. Because I will say that an at-home workout, I can pause the workout, run downstairs, throw the clothes into the laundry, run back upstairs. I can take that call. Is it the best workout? Probably not. But I get a lot done. I multitask.
Yeah, that's one of the things of COVID. People started doing a lot of Zooming and YouTube videos.
I just, during the pandemic, I discovered the original Jane Fonda workout. And how many days a week was I doing the Jane Fonda workout?
I mean,
Volume
a
1,
lot.
every day.
And it was hard. You said it was hard.
Guess what? It holds up. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Look up the original Jane Fonda workout and let me know how you do.
It's pretty wild looking too.
I'm going to pass on there.
It's wild looking. The vernacular is funny because what they call those, like there are certain exercises.
They say glutes a lot. Glutes.
Called, like she does Rover's Revenge, which is basically a side leg lift.
Oh, that's fun.
In an attitude position, which is now what we would call it. But back then she called it Rover's Revenge, and because you look like a dog peeing.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna pass.
It's so hard. It's so unexpectedly hard.
We just went through this. When Junior goes to college, parents turn to empty nest coaches.
We should be empty nest coaches.
We could be.
That could be our side hustle.
After years of shepherding children from one minute to the next, moms and dads hire a $250 an hour counselor to help them learn to live on their own.
Oh my God, we could do it for half that.
Half that. They say the kids are fine. It's the parents that need help. I think for us, our two older kids went to college in town. They were in our house that day after we dropped them off. We saw them a lot, too much sometimes we saw them. So we really didn't experience
We started putting restrictions on how often they could come home.
But when Joaquin did go off to college, I remember it was different.
Yeah.
It was different.
It
took us a few days, but we got over it.
There's something I know it's scary for parents. It gets very, very scary for parents when they're suddenly like faced with just each other and you're not distracted by all the other stuff. But there's something very magical about realizing it's just the two of you. You don't really have to have dinner at a certain hour. You don't really have to go into the rooms to make sure all the stuff is being done. You don't have to worry about picking somebody up or dropping somebody off.
Right.
And you get like hours a day of your life.
Do you think that's a new thing for the parents now? Or do you think our parents, I'm trying to think if my parents went through I do remember my dad. He was dropping me off at the airport, and he was saying, we spent so much time together the past, number of years going to soccer games. I played soccer, and he said to me, "Now I'm not going to have that stuff to do with you anymore, and I'm going to miss that." As he dropped me off.
Your dad is such a softie.
He's a softie. Yeah, this scary guy. He was so scary.
Yeah,
He was so serious.
When my parents dropped me off, not at college, but to New York City.
Right.
And you get like hours a day of your life.
Do you think that's a new thing for the parents now? Or do you think our parents, I'm trying to think if my parents went through, I do remember my dad. He was dropping me off at the airport, and he was saying, we spent so much time together the past, number of years going to soccer games. I played soccer, and he said to me, "Now I'm not going to have that stuff to do with you anymore, and I'm going to miss that." As he dropped me off.
Your dad is such a softie.
He's a softie. Yeah.
Notice how he didn't say, "My dad dropped me off to college." He dropped me off at the airport, but he's letting you just believe the implication that it's college. And if you believe that, that's fine, because he's not lying, but at the same time, he's not going to correct you. So he didn't say that. He wants you to believe that he was getting dropped off to college because, again, try to minimize how many people know he's dumb. But he was probably dropping him off to go to the airport to, like, New York to, I don't know, chase his dreams, or maybe he actually got cast in something. No.
Drop me off.
Your dad is such a softie.
He's a softie. Yeah, this scary guy. He was so scary.
Yeah,
He was so serious.
When my parents dropped me off, not at college, but to New York City.
At the bus station.
The car slowed down to a slow roll.
Yeah.
My dad didn't want to double park, so he was like, "You're fine here on the corner. You'll be fine getting here."
Call us next month.
Hey, we have a big show today.
Yes.
Big show.
Darren Criss is here.
Yes. Also, Noomi Rapace is here.
And say it ain't so. We wrap up Love Week. I know you're crushed. We wrap up Love Week with the Love Inbox, including some of our staff's own stories of love. Well, it's the reason you all showed up today. It's that time. It's time to play.
Let's say hello to Terry Whitman from York, Pennsylvania, who watches the show on WHTM. Good morning, Terry. How are you?
Hi, Mark. Hi, Kelly.
All right, you know how this game works. You've given us two statements. One is true, one is false. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. And if you stump me, you're going to win this. And that's... All right. Here are Terry's two statements. I was in a movie with Tim Allen, or I attend all Eagles home games. All right, let's start with the Eagles. York, Pennsylvania. How far a drive is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I attend all Eagles home games. No one attends all of them. I bet she goes to a lot, or I think that's a lie. I'm going to say it's true that you were in a movie with Tim Allen, and probably as an extra. But attend all Eagles home games, that's a terrible statement. What she should say is that I have season tickets to the Eagles home games. Well, obviously you don't have season tickets to the road games, but she should be saying I have season tickets to the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Now I don't know if she messed up and that's what she meant, and if she's purposely wording it like that on purpose to deceive you. So I don't know if that's a slip up and that's going to give it away that that's a lie, or she's doing that on purpose to kind of confuse you. But the truth is, I was in a movie with Tim Allen. 21 for my last 31.
Eagles, York, Pennsylvania. How far a drive is that to the link?
It takes about 2.5 hours to Lincoln Financial Field.
Okay, and you go to all games?
Better home.
Okay, if they're at home, how many games is that?
3, kind of.
3?
4.
4,
Yeah. Not many.
Yeah. Actually, there are 17 or 18 games in the league now.
17 games. So there's either 8 or 9 home games depending on the season. So that might be a fuck up. She really didn't try hard on this one.
Many.
Yeah. Actually, there are 17 or 18 games in the league now, all right, I think. So you would have at least 9 games at home, but we won't let that get in the way of a good story. Tell me about the movie with Tim Allen.
Well, I was a mother and of 2 children.
Yes.
And I actually, my scene was cut.
Okay.
And what was the name of the movie?
For Richer or Poor.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one.
With Kirstie Alley.
See? Dude, you can't even hear him because we said it at the exact same time. That's how predictable this shit is. It's how predictable morning television is. It's how predictable this dickhead is. That I just said, I just got it in my brain like muscle memory. I already could feel some like fucking executive producer named like Richie Goldman, Schmoigel Goldman telling me to say that you love something. Whenever someone mentions something like a proper noun, say you love it. Right? We're going to make chicken noodle soup and we're going to add some carrots. I love carrots, right? I was in a movie. Great. What movie? For Rich or for Poor? I love For Rich or Poor.
It's cut.
Okay.
And what was the name of the movie?
For Richer or Poor.
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
With Kirstie Alley.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she died.
Okay. Because you did say you attend all home games for the Eagles, and I know there's more than 3 or 4. I'm going to say that you were a mother of 2 children whose scene was just viciously cut out of that Tim Allen movie, and I can't believe you're not over it yet. But I'm going to say that's what the true statement is, that you were in a movie with Tim Allen.
Interesting.
You're right, Mark.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, just a piece of advice, everyone, in the future. I would think that if you're going to pick a lie, whatever lie you pick, make sure you do some research on it, I would say. I would assume that if you're going to say that you attend all Eagles home games, first of all, you would have worded it and said, I have season tickets. But again, you could also attend all the Eagles home games and not have season tickets. If you know someone that has season tickets and you have a deal with them where you purchased one of them, maybe someone had 4 season tickets for them and their 2 kids, for them and their spouse and their 2 kids, and then one of their kids died. And so you made a deal where you just buy one of their tickets. You don't really have season tickets, right? But still, at least no matter how you phrase it, I figure if it's a lie, you should at least go on the internet, which is something very easily readable. It's very readily available. That you would go on the internet and you would at least figure out how many Eagles home games are there. And Casey asks, how many games are there? But thank you for the layup. I'll take the 2 points. And now you get to have cunnilingus. Now you have to perform cunnilingus on Gelman as your punishment for being so dumb. But you're pretty, though. I like your picture. I'd fuck you.
Mark,
It's these investigators.
Mark, that's okay, Mark, because I already have a Kelly and Ryan mug.
She burned you. Ooh, all that in a bag of chips. Snap, snap, snap.
I mean, I just want to win yours too.
Okay. Well, you didn't win the good one. You didn't win the good one.
Repeat yourself again.
It tastes delicious in that mug, Terry.
But let's
Every
see.
day, Kelly.
Thank you very much.
Let's see, Terry, if you can win a valuable trip. Here we go. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia.
Oh, now they're going from home again? What's up with the live audience? Is it snow bad? I'm not doing this one if it's not live. Fuck you.
We have a virtual dancer today.
We've been.
No, usually I mimic the live dancer and you get to rate me on how accurate I am, but I don't do virtual dances. I don't do dancers. Look at that. That's a cluttered ass studio apartment. Look at that stove. That stove was made in you could tell that stove was made in 1977 because I have the exact same oven.
I like that we have a virtual actual dancer today?
Yeah, we've been holding them for a while. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like
Amazing.
it.
That's Melody Rose from Illinois.
Hey.
Spin that wheel to see if Terry can win a prize.
That's the exact same stove top I do.
Ooh, you're playing for a trip for two to the Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall in Montego Bay, Jamaica. 7 days, 6 nights. It's all inclusive, plus 2 spa treatments. It's a prize valued at $7,300. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck, Terry.
All right, Terry, here we go.
Yeah.
Little
Earlier
Shop
this
of
week,
Horrors.
we talked with Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, come on.
What group did Ryan say sings his
Polio.
favorite love song?
Foreigner.
Yes!
Foreigner.
Congratulations! You and a guest will spend 7 days and 6 nights at Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall. Slip into Montego Bay's carefree spirit as you snorkel crystal clear waters and lounge on sugar white sands. Introduce your taste buds to authentic island flavors. Experience live entertainment, dip in sprawling infinity pools, and pack in all the tropical enjoyment you can at the all-inclusive Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall. Your prize is valued at approximately $7,300.
Terry, congratulations.
Thank you, Kelly. Does
See-
your dad still think the Eagles stink?
Does my dad?
Uh-huh.
My dad thinks every team stinks.
Except
Yes,
for the Lions.
always.
Okay.
It's kind of his thing. He likes to be enraged. Yeah.
Makes him happy.
Just like my granddad always used to love just complaining about the referees. Whether it was even if it was a bad call that was in our favor, he loves bitching at the referees. If it's a good call, he doesn't say anything. But when it's bad, he loves screaming at the TV.
My dad thinks every team stinks. Yes, always.
Okay.
It's kind of his thing. He likes to be enraged. Yeah.
Makes him happy.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That trip looks amazing. And thanks to Ryan Seacrest and the right answer, you win
Yeah.
again, Terry.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. So please pick a number between 1 and 106.
43.
The last time I was in your audience,
11.
I had number 57. So that's the number.
57.
That's me. Oh, hey there, Bronson.
All right, Terry, congratulations again. When we return, Darren Criss is here. Stick around.
Still ahead on Live, the new series Constellation. Noomi Rapace. We'll open up the love inbox to hear more of your love stories. And coming up next, Darren Criss.
I really don't think I'm like looking to get married, but yeah, for me to really love someone, they have to really love me, and no one really, really loves me. They appreciate me. They have fun with me. No one wants to like live with me forever. And I don't think I want to live with them. If we could if I had a big enough house where we both have our separate wings, then that's great. And the whole marriage is a legal piece of paper, but too many shitty women in my life. Oh, geez, you've really just opened up my eyes to a whole new paradise. Now I believe you're really good at you right. You know what? You're right after there's Tony Robbins, and then there's Kelly Ripa.
And now save 50% off any style window. Window Nation, the perfect fit.
Welcome back. Don't forget on Monday's show, Jenna Dewan will be here.
And we're going to give you some tips on how to beat winter boredom with your kids.
Oh my gosh, what's boring about winter? You know him from his role in Glee and his Emmy Award-winning performance in the assassination of Gianni Versace. Now he's back on stage in the classic musical Little Shop of Horrors. Please welcome a guy who does it all, Darren Criss.
Darren Criss.
Did you say go blue?
Go blue. Oh, you got your Michigan socks on. Yes.
national championships.
Yes.
So you went there. You went to Michigan.
Oh, did I?
When you were there, they didn't win that much.
We were okay when I was there.
So what did it feel like? Because we didn't go there, and it was exciting for us when they won the national championship. Did you cry?
I think so. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's been a while since we've taken home the natty. So, listen, I've been a total Michigan nerd ever since I went there. My father's from Detroit, so
it's a good
year for me. My Niners lost, but I feel good because my Wolverines won. So
yeah, we understand the mentality. We fell in love with Ann Arbor.
Look at him trying so hard to be straight. It's like he read the book on how to pretend you're straight for dummies. He's like, yeah, the natty. It's the natty. That's what they say online. The natty. You got to say the chip.
I've been a total Michigan nerd.
Let me tell you something. Straight guys say the chip or the ship. They won the chip. Gay guys and women say natty. So just to let you know, you're not really doing a good job of disguising it there, buddy.
Ever since I went there, my father's from Detroit, so it's a good year for me. My Niners lost, but I feel good because my Wolverines won. So
yeah, we understand the mentality. We fell in love with Ann Arbor. We think it's magic. I love the University of Michigan. Yeah. We bleed blue, and we love it so much. And the exciting part is the first time we went to the Big House when Joaquin was a freshman to watch a football game. They have this big video that starts. It's narrated by James Earl.
Wait, your son lives in a fraternity house? So you stayed at your parents or at your son's fraternity house? You bought a big house for him? Or he lives in a big house? Or is that like a bar? No, it's the nickname for the stadium. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, right. The Big House where my Wolverines play. Yay! Right. Oh. Right, the Big House.
He's like, this is the University of Michigan.
Right, sorry, I was just thinking. Oh, I thought you meant like a house. My brain was just cluttered with all these
video,
all these tile designs for the bathroom. I was thinking, gosh, the bathroom, how big is it? What kind of tile can I get? Different shade, green and purple.
That starts. It's narrated by James Earl Jones. He's like,
this is Michigan University.
To the Big House when Joaquin was a freshman to watch a football game. They have this big video that starts. It's narrated by James Earl Jones. He's like, this is the University of Michigan. And all of a sudden, you pop up, you're winning an award, and you're like, go blue.
That's right.
And it is so exciting. This month, you just celebrated a birthday.
A lot of stuff, I did it all by myself, guys. I turned 37. I really.
You had it.
37 is a good year.
You had what sounds like a really fun party with like a 90s themed party.
Yeah, I'm a millennial, so I grew up on a lot of and I've been in rock and punk bands my whole life, so it's kind of a fun. Any excuse for me to get together with my musician friends and just play a bunch of tunes for our buddies is what we do. But my wife, who I also met at Michigan, again, one of the best things in my life. She's in a Guns N' Roses tribute band, called Guns N' Hoses. So I don't know what's appropriate to say on television.
So your wife's a lesbian. Okay, well, this is the perfect thing. You guys are both fun. You guys like each other, have a lot in common. She doesn't really want to come out and marry a woman. Maybe you're both I think it's honestly you're both bisexual, but that's cool. You get to have sex with your little boyfriend. She gets to fool around with girls, and then you guys co-parent and please each other. If you guys one of them politely asks, "Look, she's pregnant in that video right there."
So I don't know what's appropriate to say on television. No, that's fine. That's a pregnant lady in a full body fishnet playing the bass.
Yeah.
With our friend who I went to Michigan with.
Was she also in a theater program at Michigan?
She was not. She's a normal, healthy, smart civilian. She's not as crazy as me and my colleagues. But that's her being a bad, bleep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Your daughter, Bluesy Belle.
Bluesy, go Bluesy, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's all part of the.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
She's almost 2.
You got
it bad. She turns 2. Yeah, she turns 2, and then number 2's on its way. Okay.
Are you saying you have to take a shit? Or are you saying your next kid is going to look like a piece of shit or smell like a piece of shit the minute they come out of the womb?
So my wife was playing pregnant.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to show that picture because she was playing bass
Right.
You know, like when this baby comes around, I want to show this kid, like that's
you were on stage
getting rocked by mama, who's, you know.
We're celebrating Love Week this week. If you haven't heard, we've been doing a lot of love stories.
Yes.
Fifth wedding anniversary.
Today would be my 5th wedding anniversary.
Oh my
Congratulations.
God. Happy anniversary.
And that was in New Orleans, and we also celebrated Mardi Gras this past Tuesday.
Incredible.
And so yeah, there's a lot of fun love things to celebrate this time of year.
So what do you guys do like on a date night? What's a typical? I know it's hard because you've got a 2-year-old, your wife's pregnant, but like, what would a date night?
We just hire a babysitter. I go to my boyfriend's house, and she invites her girlfriend over, and the babysitters go with our parents.
Look like?
I think you guys and everybody watching knows that once you have kids, the bar is a lot lower than it used to be. The date night is just like as soon as
brushing your teeth side by side.
Yeah, that's super sexy. Yeah, that's a great night. Having the chance to just have any time together is great. So, I don't know. We're very simple. You know, I wish I could say something fun for.
You can say something fun. That is fun. It's funny.
Like, what would a date night look like?
I think you guys and everybody watching knows that once you have kids, the bar is a lot lower than it used to be. The date night is just like as soon as
brushing your teeth side by side.
Yeah, that's super sexy. Yeah, that's a great night. Having the chance to just have any time together is great. So, I don't know. We're very simple. You know, I wish I could say something fun for TV, but you know, just a nice glass of wine somewhere.
Yeah.
Just, you know, plugging back into the simple stuff.
Darren, I get to speak Italian with you backstage. Andiamo, dai, a presto. Where do you don't have any Italian lineage at all.
I look like an Italian, but this is a Filipino-Irish mix that just looks.
But you speak it beautifully.
Nice
you speak it beautifully. What inspired you to?
I think it's the music thing. I wasn't good at many things in school, but languages is like a huge hobby for me. Like if they're my video games, I go home and I study languages. My wife and I learned Japanese during the pandemic. I've studied Italian and French my whole life. So it's just, before you look too impressed, I sound like a really dumb 5-year-old in all this languages.
No, but that's so impressive. I mean,
well, just wait till I'm around people who speak the language natively, then it won't look so hot.
No, he speaks beautifully.
But I am so impressed because I think
Lei impara italiano, eh?
Sì, sta imparando.
I'm using an app.
That's good. It's better than nothing.
But I understood the conversation, which is
do la macchina. Do that one.
La macchina, dove la macchina?
La macchina non è giapponese, la macchina è italiana.
Italiano, bravo, bravissimo.
All right, we'll take a little break. When we return, Darren will tell us what it's like being on stage in a beloved musical. Stick around.
Still ahead on Live from the new series Constellation. Noomi
Sorry, theater geek. This is a
nominated for 11 Academy Awards. How marvelous. Including Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Picture of the Year. It is exciting. Poor Things. Rated R. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Well, at least, you know the sign.
So you're starring in Little Shop of Horrors. How much fun are you having?
Oh man,
playing. You play Seymour.
I play Seymour. Stephanie Seymour. For those of you that aren't familiar with Little Shop of Horrors, if you're not necessarily a theater geek, this is a beloved show. I think aside from this production being a really great one, it was a great show before I got there, and will be a great show long after I've left it. So, you know, just getting a chance to do any of these kind of standards favorites is a joy, you know. So I got to do with Evan Rachel Wood, who's a great pal and a wonderful partner in crime. And I tell people, if you're my friend, you come for me, but stay for Evan Rachel Wood. She's like chef's kiss, wonderful. So come on down to West Side Theater. Some little off-Broadway there.
We have a real soft spot for a Little Shop of Horrors because that was our daughter's first musical.
Get out of here!
She didn't want to be on stage.
She's the voice of Audrey too.
She did the voice of Audrey
that's great.
too.
Yeah. Little spoiler alert: there may or may not be an alien talking plant.
Yeah.
if you want to know what the show's about.
So it's a smaller theater, very intimate, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the show's history was always off-Broadway. People always say, oh, I love Broadway, I love Little Shop of Horrors. But Little Shop of Horrors was only on Broadway once for a very short amount of time.
Right.
Most people know it from the film, obviously.
Of course.
But off-Broadway in the 80s, it was done downtown at the Orpheum, which is where Stomp was for decades.
Right.
So the West Side Theater is an off-Broadway theater. It's small, it's intimate, so you really feel like you're in a little shop of horrors, and it makes the kind of fun of it.
I prefer theater that way.
Yeah,
I like an intimate
100%.
setting. Yeah, I feel like you're part of the show. When
Exactly.
You see it that way.
Yeah. It's
So what is it like working with this, like, animated man-eating plant?
I'm in showbiz, so I feel like I'm working with a lot of man-eating plants. On a day-to-day basis.
Amen, brother.
If I'm being honest, I speak the language very well. I've made it this long.
You speak that language too?
That's the most language I speak at home. No, I mean, if I'm really, my mom has an amazing green thumb, and I'm like the antichrist to that. I somehow manage to kill plants without even trying. So I think there's some kind of poetic justice of me now interacting with a plant that's trying to kill me, as opposed to the other way around.
Darren, we're going to come see it. And when you come out for your curtain call, if you hear "Go Blue," that's
That's the siren call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Check out Little Shop of Horrors at the West Side Theater in New York City. All information is on our website. Next, Noomi Rapace. Stick around.
Monday on Live, 10 to 1.
This is Steve and Samantha Molman. Their love for
Yeah, I mean, the show's history was always off-Broadway. People always say, oh, I love Broadway, I love Little Shop of Horrors. But Little Shop of Horrors was only on Broadway once. Was for decades.
Right.
So the West Side Theater is an off-Broadway theater. It's small, it's intimate, so you really feel like you're in a little shop of horrors, and it makes the kind of fun of it.
I prefer theater that way.
Yeah,
I like an intimate
100%.
setting. Yeah, I feel like you're part of the show. When you see it
Exactly.
that way.
Yeah. It's
So what is it like working with this, like, animated man-eating plant?
I'm in showbiz, so I feel like I'm working with a lot of man-eating plants. On a day-to-day basis.
Amen, brother.
If I'm being honest, I speak the language very well. I've made it this long.
You speak that language too?
I could really communicate. I was like,
Oh my gosh. Is she Italian too? Is this a whole thing?
Welcome back. Our next guest plays an astronaut that returns to Earth only to discover that her life has changed in the new thriller Constellation. Please welcome back Noomi Rapace.
Noomi Rapace. What a beautiful name. What a beautiful name. What is it? Where does it come from? Instead of saying Noomi Rapace, what he really wants to ask is, Noomi Rapace, what kind of name is that? Like, what's your ethnicity? Where are your parents from? And then, but you say, oh, what a beautiful name. Where does it come from? Does it mean anything? Where's it? You got to preface it with an ass kiss.
Noomi Rapace.
Welcome back to New York City. Thank you. We love having you here. What do you like to do when you're in town?
well, I mean, this time I didn't have time to do what I love doing. That is like going out with my friends and dancing and, just hanging with people I love. But it's been very busy this time.
Yeah, but it's hard when you're on a press tour.
Yeah.
I think to really enjoy any city you're in.
No, not really. You see too much of hotels, but you get to speak to people like you, which is.
I guess that's.
When was your first time in New York City? How old were you?
I would say I was like 20 or something. I came here with my husband back then, and we were broke. I was kind of a punk girl. And somehow all the money got blocked on a card, like on a credit card.
Oh, no.
We were out one night, came back to hotel, could not pay the $5 for the cab.
Right.
Tried to get into hotel. Tried to borrow $5 from someone in the hotel to be able to pay the cab. So it's quite like traumatizing.
It's like traumatic story.
Yeah.
And did you speak English at that point?
Not really,
did
no.
Did you learn it here?
I think the taxi driver thought I was a prostitute. Because I was just sitting there, couldn't really communicate. I was like, it's just $5. And he was like, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I just found out that you lived in Iceland for a while.
Yes, I did. My stepdad is Icelandic.
Oh, wow.
No kidding.
Yeah,
I heard
just there.
Oh, God. Oh gosh, you must have loved seeing the Northern Lights. You must have loved seeing the Northern Lights.
Kidding.
Yeah, I heard
just there.
Oh gosh, did you see? You must have loved seeing the Northern Lights. Aren't they beautiful? They're pretty, right? They're like my breast.
My stepdad is Icelandic.
Oh, wow.
Kidding.
Yeah,
I heard
just there.
I heard.
This past weekend, and we fell
Loved it.
in love.
It's one of my favorite countries.
What part of the country did you live?
So my family lives in Flúðir, which is like...
I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to Gullfoss? It is like the big waterfall, the golden waterfall.
No, we were north. Like we went way.
The only golden waterfall we've experienced is when I was pissing all over my wife's face in the middle of the morning. Although we couldn't tell if it was morning or night because it was dark the whole fucking time. But my wife loves a golden shower. We have a bucket list of trying to give her as many golden showers as she can in different countries all over the world. We're up to 4 countries now: Italy, Greece, Canada, America, and then the 5th country was Iceland. Yeah.
Countries.
What part of the country did you live?
So my family lives in Flúðir, which is like...
I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to Gullfoss? It is like the big waterfall, the golden waterfall.
No, we were north. Like we went way north.
Were you drawn to the volcano? Did you go?
We did.
flew over it on the way home.
Yeah.
What was so funny was every place we were, we could not pronounce to save our lives. So we just kept saying, because the one thing on the map that we could understand is that we were in the Troll Peninsula. So we just kept saying, we're at the Troll Peninsula. And Icelandic people were like, that's not a thing.
But
like,
it is extremely hard.
Yes,
it's a hard language.
Very hard language.
They have all those weird sounds where you need to swallow. Like my stepdad's name is Rapace.
Oh boy!
So you have to like blow out there like sideways.
But it's spelled with only consonants.
Yeah.
So it's spelled only
impossible. Yeah.
So you, like you said, you like to have a good party, a fun party.
Yeah.
You said to John Ogle, our producer, that you have wig parties, and I would like to know when your next wig party is, because I'm not a big partier, but I do love a wig, and I would love to be invited to a wig party.
You will be my guest of all.
Yeah, tell me about these wig parties.
I mean, the good thing was like anytime if someone puts on a wig, it kind of gives them freedom to be anything, and they don't need to stick it.
Do I know about it? My wife has like 14 wigs, so we can role play. Sometimes I come home from like a jog and I end up having sex with my daughter. It's crazy.
Until they're all like, oh, this is me. This is how I behave.
Yes.
So I kind of, started doing it in London like years ago and just had a big box of wigs. Then you are not allowed to come in unless you're wearing a wig. So, people cannot say, they cannot be like, oh, I didn't bring my wig. And I was like, there's one right there. Just put it. Yeah.
You're a redhead
and
tonight.
it's just like, but the worst thing is if someone was wearing a blonde wig in the beginning of the evening and then later on someone swaps wig and then people are a bit drunk, they're like, oh, the blonde girl's like, no, the blonde girl has a different face now. So it can be quite like,
Also, your entire personality changes.
Yes.
Depending on the shape of the wig, the color of the wig, you're an entirely
And also for a man to, for you to have big golden locks could be quite
Could be great.
it could be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liberating.
Yeah, you don't know
some
what
would say.
side of Mark comes out then.
Yes. Fabio, the Fabio side.
We're bringing this show to Las Vegas. Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
Oh, I have not actually.
What? Oh my gosh, you should come with us.
But I love neon lights. My house has neon lights like everywhere, in every room.
Even when it's not the holidays?
We have to bring Noomi with us to Vegas so she can really, you think you know neon lights, but you really don't know neon lights.
I'm up for it.
Well, I mean, that's fine, Kelly, as long as, you're paying for. Oh, then never mind, Gelman. Sorry, I'm not paying for you. I told you.
Lights, but you really don't know neon lights.
I'm up for it. We should do a wig party in Vegas.
Yes.
Gelman, we're booking this show ourselves. We're doing it ourselves. That's that's a good time.
Yeah.
So we just celebrated Valentine's Day, what, 2 days ago? Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Is that a thing in Sweden?
Not really. Like it's nowadays. Yeah, it's kind of. I feel like more and more it's coming. But in Sweden, nice when I grew up, no.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think we should do it every day. I think every day should be a love day.
Yeah.
Listen,
we have to take a commercial break. But when we come back, Noomi's going to tell us why you need a strong core to play an astronaut on TV. Stick around.
It's live with Kelly and Mark after the Oscars show. You're invited. Join Kelly and Mark live from the Oscar stage at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, California. Monday, March 11th. For tickets, go to our website.
When I first met Mark, you were so deep into reggae.
I still love reggae.
I was like, at what point do I mention Madonna?
Next live, the rookie star Jenna Dewan. Plus, get ready for Kelly and Mark's star-studded Vegas week.
Oh, there's my wife in this commercial. There you just saw her ass. What is that?
Right here.
Was that Eminem? Is this who I thought? Oh, why is he dressing like fucking Rabbit from Eminem?
Ensure on the spot.
My name is Blake Prohl, and I'm a former NFL football player, but I got a really bad injury. Doctor said it'll be a success story if you're able to run again. Definitely the toughest time. I wasn't able to walk for so long. That's where music came in and saved me. And my grandma is the reason why I'm here. She's the reason why I have any confidence at all to be in this room.
Isn't it good? You're going to be top 10.
Right now, they're...
Oh.
I want you to know, every morning,
We're right here, and we got you.
Joe, when night comes, you'll only have oxygen, so use one.
I know.
Joe.
Tell Alice I'm taking her necklace.
Joe, 20 seconds.
I got her necklace. Mama loves her. Denise will be okay. I'm coming back to her. Promise to pass that on. 9, 8, 7, 6.
That was the scene from the new series Constellation. All right.
I'm out of breath for a minute, so I mean that's a very intense scene. Tell us about the series.
Yeah, I play Jo Eriksson, who's an astronaut. And basically, she's been up on the ISS for 1 year when we meet her.
Okay.
And there's an accident up there. She sends the rest of the crew back. She's running out of oxygen, and she needs to get herself back to Earth, where her daughter and husband are waiting. She managed to do that, but when she comes back, things are just slightly different. Yeah, and she's trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, different. Would you describe it? Would you say it's a thriller?
Is it kind of like Homeland, where when the guy comes back, his wife is fucking another man, and the kids don't like acknowledge him, and the kids have all grown up and they're into different things, and they don't.
What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, different. Would you describe it? Would you say it's a thriller or a drama or a horror genre?
I would say that it's all of it.
Yeah.
And what I really love about it, it's about motherhood.
Yeah.
And being a parent, and Jo, what happens when she comes back is that she is desperate to reconnect with her baby girl. And it's not that easy.
Yeah. The one with the necklace.
Yes.
Because I was saying, leave the necklace. You've got 4 seconds of oxygen left.
Yeah, but when when your baby gives you something, it's like,
So your daughter's played by twins.
Yes, Rosie and Davina, they are incredible. And we shot really intense scenes sometimes. And, you know, I would take them to side and talk them through. We would rehearse. And, you know, if I was going to be loud and like raise my voice or shake them a bit, I was like, okay, just so you know, I'm going to go up here. It's not scary. You know, so we were very much
Yeah,
like.
because you're a mom. So
I'm a mom. Yeah, I'm a mom. And yeah, they were amazing.
They say you need a strong core for this. I could tell just going through the tubes there.
Yeah.
You you're having to hold yourself in a harness?
Yeah, it was hard. We shot me in wires for hours and hours. I was training for a couple of months before, so I got a really strong core after that. But like, you know, and then now I'm going to tell you a funny story. So on New Year's Eve, I was sitting with a friend of mine and said, you know, I trained so much for Constellation. My core is really strong now. I can do 7 minutes plank. And he was like, can you do more? I was like, I could do 10 minutes plank. And I was like, January 4th, I do 10 minutes plank. My core is strong enough, my shoulder not so much. Have not been able to work out my arms for 3 good weeks. I've been like not been able to hold my back.
Did you win the bet?
I did.
No, that's all that's important. That's all that's important.
That's really what matters, because I think we're probably very similar. Like I'd rather die than lose a bet. So if it meant that my head
you're gonna
exploded,
do something, you're gonna do it. Yeah, even though you can't carry your bag after that. So,
You shot this.
I'd rather die than lose a bet. So if it meant that my head
you're gonna do
exploded,
something, you're gonna do it. Yeah, even though you can't carry your bag after that. So,
You shot this series in some really cool, literally cool and hot places, Finland and Morocco.
Yeah, we went to the extremes.
Yeah, I mean, it's so. How do you? Like for me to shoot in cold is really hard. It actually affects your mouth.
Are you Spanish?
Yes.
I'm Spanish. My dad was Spanish. I love the heat. I can do
anything in the heat.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hate the cold. I can't.
It hurts my feelings.
It does.
Yeah.
And you get those little ugly lips, like your whole face just like
your whole chin.
And then your nose starts to run. Your nose starts running.
Sweat. So
yes.
We were shooting. It was so warm though in Morocco. I was in a space suit, in this so cool suit, in a big like helmet, wig, sweating, dripping. It was very intense, but beautiful locations. And Michelle McLaren, our amazing, amazing director. You and her are quite similar. She's very stubborn. She's small, petite, beautiful, but strong as.
And she is a whiny bitch with small tits, just like you.
You don't.
She sounds just like me. She sounds like.
Yes. You both are B cups, and you're both whiny little girls. And you speak Italian, very.
She's very stubborn. She's small, petite, beautiful, but strong as. You don't.
She sounds just like me. She sounds like
just like you. And she was driving this big set. Like I don't know how many people on set, and you see this little woman just like directing people around, and she made this looks. It's so cinematic. It's so powerful, and I love her to bits. So yeah.
Hey, we'll see you in Vegas at the wig party. Constellation premieres Wednesday, February 21st on Apple TV+. Next, we're going to open up the Love Inbox.
We're going to Vegas, baby. Back to where it all began. And you can come with us. Just visit our website and get your tickets for February 26th and 27th. This is your chance to see us live in Las Vegas. So hurry, get your tickets now.
Oh, God. God bless the orphans.
Miss Augusta.
Duty at Smith.
Welcome to the Love Inbox.
This is the staff Love Inbox, where we get freaky deaky behind the scenes.
You want to go first?
Go for it.
Our announcer, Deja. Hubby Lish proposed while we're on a Caribbean vacation. I got to go to the bathroom and I ordered this
on his stomach, and he liked it. He called it the chocolate waterfall. I called it Chunky Peanut Butter Road. Forever and evermore, I'm his Wizard of Oz, and he's my little Dorothy. That girl, you get this dark? when you go tanning, you get this dark? I didn't even think it was you. I thought you got the wrong picture.
Where we get freaky deaky behind the scenes.
You want to go first?
Go for it.
Our announcer, Deja. Hubby Lish proposed while we're on a Caribbean vacation. I got to go to the bathroom and I ordered dessert. And when I returned, there was on my dessert plate with the words, "Will you marry me?" written on it. I said, well, what if I didn't order dessert? He said he was quite sure I'd order dessert because I always do. This year, we'll be married 13 years.
Deja, what was the dessert? Do you remember? I don't even remember. But it was good. I ate all of it. Yes, okay. Producer Data Dodge says, every year since we got married, this is how Dana talks, everyone. Since we got married, we dress all in red and eat red food on Valentine's Day. It's really a sweet tradition that my kids are now sick and tired of. Oh, yeah.
This is producer Christine Connolly. James and I met at the South Boston Street St. Patrick's Day Parade. Our first date was in costume at a Halloween party. James proposed on Christmas Eve, and we had fireworks at our wedding. Guess we like a holiday celebration. Together 14 years, married 8, and parents of 2 great little boys.
Producer Jan Chalet says, soulmates? In 1952, our parents sat next to each other in 6th grade. When we were 5, we unknowingly sat across from each other at camp. When we were 17, we unknowingly stood near each other at a party. At 22, we unknowingly rented the same share house in the Hamptons. He walked in the house the first day and introduced himself by saying, hello, ladies, it's my birthday. Do you want a margarita? He had me at margarita. Married 23 years, 2 boys, 20 and 16.
Producer Alyssa and Billy. It was the 80s. I was having a typical teen night out at a diner in Queens. I was with 2 other friends, and we needed a ride home. 3 older boys offered us a ride. It seemed like an okay idea until we got into the van.
A van? Not a van.
Not a van. I was so worried the whole ride home. Years later, I spotted a guy, a really handsome guy, while out at a club. We started talking that night and started dating. A few weeks into dating, his friend recognized me as the girl at the diner. Simultaneously, we looked at each other. He said, that was you? Turns out I was the girl from the diner and Billy was the driver of the van. We've been married 19 years, together for 35.
It's so crazy.
Home. 3 older boys offered us a ride. It seemed like an okay idea until we got into the van.
A van? Not a van.
Not a van. I was so worried. Boys offered us a ride. It seemed like an okay idea until we got into the van.
There was candy, dogs, and a couple dead bodies. What I thought was blood turned out to just be raw meat and animal blood. He stuffed us with alcohol and pills and had his way with us. I was pregnant and had an abortion, but met him 4 years later, and we had more sex. And then I got another abortion and married his nephew. His nephew now calls me grandma, even though we're legally married. It's been 19 years, and I've never regretted it.
By the way,
Billy,
this picture, it was probably taken when they were teenagers, but if you know Billy and Alyssa, they still look exactly like this. So it's as if they fell into a time machine 35 years.
Yes.
The van was a time machine. Producer Joni says, Richard and I have been together for about a year and a half. Richard went to his company's holiday party, and when he had quite a few drinks, he came home. He was pretty buzzed. He told me that he'd been talking about his future all night, and he realized that he wanted his future with me.
Aww.
He told me he loved me and asked me to marry him. I was in my pajamas, and I said, where's my candle at dinner? Where's the ring? He said, come on, I love you. let's get married. 2 children and 2 grandchildren later, ... First of all, Joni, let me just say that while he was drunk, I would have said, "You're drunk, ask me in the morning." But I'm proud of you.
She rolled the dice.
I'm proud of you for rolling the dice.
She rolled the dice.
I really am.
All right,
We'll be right back.
If you would like to know more about
All the music. We need the music.
If you would like to know more about anything you see on live, log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
Auto Show is one of a kind. No matter your motivation, plan a visit to the Chicago Auto Show, February 10th through 19th at McCormick Place. Indoor test tracks and outdoor test drives. The Chicago Auto Show is on the move. Buy your tickets today at ChicagoAutoShow.com. You'll find cool cars and a whole lot more. February 10th through the 19th at McCormick Place.
Odyssey Roofing's winter sale is almost over.
Amazing.
It's been amazing. I love you so much. Give her a little kiss. Give her a little kiss on her lips.
Your online retailers.
How did you like your first Love Week?
Love Week was amazing.
You love
I love Love Week.
Oh, that's so
Hey,
fun.
listen, it's Vegas, baby.
That's right. First it was the Super Bowl, but that's not enough of an economic boom for Vegas. We are coming. Our show is the next big thing happening to Las Vegas. We'll be doing the show from Blue Life Theater at the Strip's newest resort and casino, the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas.
Yes, we're filming on February 26th and the 27th. Come for the long weekend and join us in the audience. Go to our website and reserve your seats today.
That's right. Guests include Lionel Richie, Howie Mandel, Shirley Ralph, Carrot Top,
DJ Pauly D and performances from Steve Aoki and Lil Jon. And
Wait.
what?
REO Speedwagon. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That's exciting. I may even show up for this. Hey, on Monday's show, Jenna Dewan will be here.
And how to beat winter boredom with your kids.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
And I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting
For expanded family of products at major online retailers.
How did you like your first Love Week?
Love Week was amazing.
You love Love Week?
I love Love Week.
I wasn't able to walk for so long. That's where music came in and saved me. And my grandma is the reason why I'm here. She's the reason why I have any confidence at all to be in this room.
Isn't it good? You're going to be top 10.
I think that's a lie. You can't really predict that kind of a thing.
Know that 1 in 3 women die from heart disease.
But you can stand up and fight back. Go red for women.
Join the movement today.
My name is Blake Prohl, and I'm a former NFL football player, but I got a really bad injury. Doctor said it'll be a success story if you're able to run again. Definitely the toughest time. Ooh. I wasn't able to walk for so long. That's where music came in and saved me. And my grandma is the reason why I'm here. She's the reason why I have any confidence at all to be in this room.
Isn't it good? You're going to be top 10.
Oh, that's right. It's late night. Oh, well. Well, that's the end of that show. Season
can't
2.
afford to be getting hit like this, that people are closing up their stores.
Too fearful to show her face on camera, she says this is the 3rd time they've been targeted in recent months.
I'm waiting for someone to come in here with a gun and just rob us at that point.
Ring video shared with NBC5 shows 4 teens staking out her convenience store overnight Sunday near Ohio and Noble Streets. You can see one of them using a hammer. to smash their way in. One by one, they crawl in through the front door.
They're only taking lighters and cigars. Last time they took potato chips, like 3 or 4 bags. Not even like a box of potato chips, like 3 or 4 bags.
Last month, the owner says another group of teens broke in using an umbrella base. None of them have been caught.
It says no one has any consequences, and they don't care.
The owner says the repairs are expensive. It's costing her around $1,500 each and every single time to replace the glass door here, and she's not sure how much more she could take.
I can't let them win, but eventually I'm going to have to make a decision because I also can't keep losing.
So far this year, police data shows burglaries are up in the 12th district. Citywide, the number of cases reported are down by 10%. The owner here telling us nowhere is safe.
We need to really support each other, and we need to come together and really decide how we're going to deal with this.
Reporting in Westtown, V1 NBC5 News.
Really impactful to hear from her. Our thanks to
really decide how we're going to deal with this.
Reporting in Westtown, V1 NBC5 News.
Really impactful to hear from her. Our thanks to B for that story.
Oh, God. Well, that's the end of season 2, episode 116. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like this video and subscribe. If not, it's okay. I'll haunt you.